Chosen ones, this sibling regrets what they did to you, but it is too late now. There is something you were meant to hear today. Something so tender and deeply personal that if your heart turns away even for a moment, you may miss a quiet healing that has been waiting for you for a very long time. This is not just a story. It is a soft unfolding of truth, a gentle touch from God that reaches into places you have kept hidden, places where pain once lived, but hope still quietly breathes. If you feel even a small stirring inside your chest, it is because the love of the Lord is moving toward you right now, carefully and patiently, ready to restore what was broken without making a sound. Type 2424 if you believe. There was a time when your heart trusted easily, when love between you and that sibling felt natural, like sunlight entering a room without effort or permission. You laughed together, shared secrets that felt safe, and believed that nothing could come between the bond you held so closely. But life shifted in ways you never expected, and something changed inside them that you could not understand, no matter how deeply you tried to see it from their side. The hurt did not arrive loudly, but it stayed quietly and deeply, settling into your spirit like a shadow that refused to leave. Words were spoken that cut deeper than they should have. Actions were taken that broke something sacred, and slowly the warmth between you faded into something cold and distant. You carried that pain silently, not because it was small, but because your heart was strong enough to hold it without letting it turn you into someone unrecognizable. Even now, as you remember those moments, there is a softness inside you that refuses to become bitterness. And that softness is not weakness. It is the reflection of God's own heart within you. The Lord has seen every tear you held back, every moment you chose peace instead of retaliation, every quiet night when you wondered why someone so close could cause such deep pain without understanding the weight of their actions. Within the first quiet turning of your thoughts, something gentle begins to rise. A truth that does not demand attention, but patiently waits to be noticed. That sibling, the one who once walked beside you, now carries a regret that grows heavier with each passing day. Yet, the distance created by their choices feels impossible for them to cross. Type 2323 if you agree. You may not see it with your eyes, but their heart has been wrestling with memories they cannot escape. Moments they wish they could undo, words they wish they had never spoken. Regret has a way of arriving late, long after the damage has been done, long after the chance to make things right has quietly slipped away. And yet this is not about their regret alone. This is about you, about the way God has been gently holding you through every step of this journey. There is a sacred strength inside you that has grown quietly, like a tree that continues to rise, even after storms have tried to break its branches. If this moment feels close to your heart, take a second to like this video, allowing this quiet message to reach someone else who may be carrying a similar hidden pain and waiting for the same gentle healing. You were never abandoned in this experience, even when it felt like the people who should have understood you the most chose to turn away. God was there in every silent moment, sitting beside you in your pain, wrapping you in a presence that does not speak loudly, but comforts deeply. There is something important to understand, something that may bring both peace and clarity to your heart. Forgiveness does not always mean restoration, and love does not always require closeness again. Sometimes the most powerful form of healing is learning to release the past without reopening the door that once allowed pain to enter. Your sibling's regret does not change what happened, and it does not erase the journey you have walked to find peace again. But it does reveal something deeper, something that speaks not of your loss, but of your value. The pain you endured was never a reflection of your worth. It was a reflection of their inability to recognize the treasure they had in you. God has been working quietly in your life, shaping your heart in ways you may not fully see yet. The strength you carry now, the peace you are learning to hold, the gentle understanding that continues to grow inside you, all of these are signs that something beautiful is being built from what once felt broken. There is a calm that is beginning to settle within you, a soft reassurance that you are exactly where you need to be, even if the past still lingers in your memory. You are not defined by what someone else failed to see in you. You are defined by the love that God placed within you long before any pain ever touched your life. Your story is not one of loss. It is one of transformation, one of quiet resilience, one of a heart that refused to break even after it was hurt. And in that there is something deeply powerful, something that speaks of a future filled with peace, even if it looks different from what you once imagined. That sibling may carry regret, but you carry something far greater, a healing that does not depend on their apology, a peace that does not require their understanding, and a love that continues to grow because it is rooted in something eternal. A concealed brainwave once stored in classified files is said to ignite strong prosperity. In just 7 seconds, you can unlock the switch in your mind that draws abundance like a magnet. Click the link in the video description and comments below to activate your hidden wealth wave right now. God sees you fully and completely, and there is nothing about your journey that has gone unnoticed. Every step you have taken has been held in His hands. Every moment of pain has been gently transformed into strength, and every tear has been seen as something precious, never wasted, never forgotten. As you continue forward, there is a quiet invitation waiting for you. An invitation to release the weight you have been carrying, not because it was never real, but because you deserve to walk freely again. There is a future ahead of you that is not shaped by regret, but by hope. Not by what was lost, but by what is still waiting to be discovered. Even in moments when you felt invisible or misunderstood, there was a divine presence watching over you with deep care, honoring every choice you made to remain kind when it would have been easier to turn away. There are days when memories return softly, not to reopen wounds, but to remind you of how far you have come from a place that once felt heavy and confusing. Those memories do not hold power over you anymore because something inside you has shifted, something that allows you to see the past without being pulled back into it. This is the quiet work of healing, the kind that does not announce itself loudly but changes everything slowly and deeply. Your sibling, in their own space, has been walking through a different kind of journey, one that is filled with realization and the weight of choices that cannot be undone. Regret has a way of revealing truths that were once ignored, and it often arrives when the heart is finally still enough to listen. They remember the moments they dismissed your feelings, the times they allowed distance to grow, and the ways they failed to protect something that was meant to be cherished. This realization does not come with immediate peace for them because understanding without the ability to repair creates a quiet sorrow that lingers longer than expected. They may wish to speak, to reach out, to somehow bridge the distance that now feels permanent, but something inside them holds back, knowing that some things cannot return to what they once were. This is not a punishment placed upon them, but a natural unfolding of consequences that life gently brings when lessons are learned too late. And still, this is not about holding them in that place, because your heart was never meant to carry the burden of someone else's regret. You have already carried enough, and God has been leading you into a space where peace becomes more important than explanation, where your healing matters more than their understanding. There is a softness in you that continues to choose calm over chaos, and that softness is a sign of something divine working within you. Type 1111 if you trust in God. There is something deeply comforting about knowing that God does not rush the process of healing, because He understands the delicate nature of your heart. He knows exactly how much you have endured, and He moves gently, never forcing you to feel something before you are ready, never asking you to reopen what He has already begun to close. His love surrounds you in ways that are quiet but powerful, guiding you step by step into a life that feels lighter than before. You may notice that you are no longer searching for answers in the same way you once did, because something within you has accepted that not every question needs a response to find peace. This acceptance is not resignation, it is wisdom. A deeper understanding that some parts of life are meant to be released rather than solved. In that release, there is a freedom that begins to grow. A freedom that allows you to move forward without carrying the weight of what cannot be changed. Your journey is becoming something beautiful, something that reflects the grace you have been given, even in difficult moments. The love you continue to hold is not dependent on how others treat you, because it comes from a place that is rooted far deeper than human actions. It comes from a connection with God that remains steady, even when everything else feels uncertain. There is also a quiet transformation happening in the way you see yourself, a gentle shift from questioning your worth to recognizing the value that has always been present within you. You are beginning to understand that the way someone treated you was never a measure of who you are, but a reflection of where they were in their own journey. This understanding does not excuse what happened, but it frees you from carrying it as something that defines you. Your sibling may one day find the courage to express what they feel, to acknowledge the regret that has been growing inside them. But whether that moment comes or not, your path remains clear. You are not waiting for their words to complete your healing, because God has already begun that work within you in ways that are complete and whole. There is nothing missing in your growth, nothing unfinished in the peace that is forming around you. Type yes to affirm. Deep within your brain is a small area tied to wealth and success, once hidden in restricted studies and classified documents. This newly uncovered frequency is helping people exchange financial stress for ease. And God has led you to see this message at this very moment. Click the link in the description and comments to activate this hidden brainwave now. There is a quiet beauty in learning to stand in your own peace, to exist in a space where your heart is no longer pulled by the past, but guided by something higher. This space does not mean you have forgotten. It means you have chosen not to let those memories control your present or shape your future. It is a place where your strength and your gentleness exist together, creating a balance that feels calm and steady. God has been preparing something ahead of you, something that aligns with the person you are becoming rather than the person you once were. The relationships, the experiences, and the moments that are waiting for you will reflect the healing you have embraced, not the pain you have released. This is how divine restoration works, not by returning you to what was lost, but by leading you into something that carries a deeper sense of peace. There is no need to rush, no need to force anything into place, because what is meant for you will arrive in its own time, guided by a wisdom that sees beyond what you can currently understand. Your role is simply to continue walking forward with the same quiet faith that has carried you this far, trusting that every step is leading you exactly where you are meant to be. The past may still exist as a memory, but it no longer holds the same weight because your heart has grown beyond it. You are not the same person who once stood in that place of confusion and hurt, and that change is something to be honored, something to be recognized as a true sign of healing. Even now, there is a calm presence surrounding you, a gentle reminder that you are safe, that you are held, and that everything you have gone through has been seen and understood. This presence is not distant or unreachable. It is close, steady, and always available, offering comfort in ways that do not overwhelm but quietly support. As you continue on this path, allow yourself to feel the lightness that is beginning to take the place of what once felt heavy. Allow yourself to embrace the peace that is forming within you, knowing that it is something you have earned through patience, strength, and faith. Your story is still unfolding, and what lies ahead carries a beauty that is shaped by everything you have learned, everything you have released, and everything you have chosen to hold on to. There is nothing wasted in your journey, nothing that has been without purpose, because even the pain has been used to create something meaningful within you. God has been shaping this transformation within you with care, allowing it to unfold naturally so that it becomes a part of who you are, rather than something you struggle to maintain. You may notice now that when thoughts of your sibling come to mind, they no longer carry the same sharp edge that once caused your chest to feel heavy and unsettled. There is a calm distance that has formed, not out of indifference, but out of healing that has reached a deeper level than before. This calm is not the absence of memory, but the presence of peace, a peace that allows you to remember without being pulled back into the pain. Somewhere in their own journey, your sibling continues to feel the quiet weight of what was lost, and the understanding that their actions created a distance they cannot easily undo. Regret has become a teacher for them, one that speaks softly but persistently, reminding them of the value they once overlooked. They may try to distract themselves from it, or convince themselves that time will erase it, but deep inside, they know that certain things leave a lasting mark that cannot simply fade away. God sees both sides of this story with perfect clarity, understanding not only the pain you carried, but also the awakening that is happening within them. His love does not ignore truth, and it does not pretend that what happened was small or unimportant. Instead, It holds space for justice and mercy at the same time, allowing each heart to face what it needs to face in order to grow. Type 1212 if you walk by faith, as your own heart continues to settle into a place of quiet strength. There is a deeper understanding beginning to take root within you. You are learning that not every relationship is meant to continue in the same way it once did, and that sometimes distance becomes a necessary part of healing. This distance is not a sign of failure, but a form of protection, a way for your spirit to remain whole while still honoring the truth of what you experienced. There is also a growing sense of clarity within you, a recognition that your worth has never been dependent on how someone else treated you. You are beginning to see yourself through a different lens, one that is shaped by the love of God rather than the actions of others. This shift in perspective is quiet, but powerful, and it is creating a foundation within you that cannot easily be shaken. Take a moment to like this video, allowing this gentle story to reach someone else who may be silently carrying a similar weight and longing for the same kind of healing you are beginning to feel. There is something deeply comforting about knowing that you do not have to fix everything in order to move forward. The desire to repair, to understand, and to make things right is natural, but it is not always necessary for your own peace. God has been guiding you toward a place where your healing does not depend on external outcomes, but on the internal restoration that He is carefully building within you. Your siblings' regret may continue to grow, but it is no longer something that defines your journey. You are not responsible for carrying their realization or helping them process what they have come to understand. Your role has never been to hold their burden, and releasing that responsibility allows you to breathe more freely than before. A 7-second brainwave approach, previously limited to elite groups and stored in classified files, is now available to everyone, and many call it the 30-second miracle. Researchers claim it stimulates a dormant brain center associated with prosperity and blessings. Click the link in the description and comments below to see why so many people are talking about it right now. There is a quiet beauty in the way your heart has remained open, even after experiencing something that could have caused it to close. This openness is not naive. It is intentional, a reflection of the love that God has placed within you. It allows you to move through life with a sense of compassion that is strong yet balanced, kind yet wise. You may find that your prayers have changed over time, becoming less about seeking answers and more about finding peace. This shift is a sign that your connection with God is deepening, moving beyond surface-level understanding into something more personal and grounded. It is in this space that true healing continues to grow, not through effort, but through presence. Type 1919 to receive miracles. There is also a reminder that the future ahead of you is not shaped by what happened in the past, but by the choices you continue to make in the present. Every step you take with faith and patience is leading you into something new, something that reflects the healing you have embraced. You are not walking in circles, even if it sometimes feels slow, because each moment is building toward a life that carries more peace than before. God has not forgotten the desires of your heart, even the ones you have quietly set aside because they once felt too heavy to carry. He sees the longing for connection, the hope for understanding, and the desire to feel safe in relationships again. These desires are not lost. They are simply being prepared for in ways that align with the person you are becoming. There is no need to rush this process or force it into a timeline that feels uncomfortable. Everything that is meant for you will arrive at the right time, guided by a wisdom that sees beyond what you can currently understand. Your role is to remain open, to trust the path you are on, and to continue allowing your heart to heal at its own pace. As you move forward, there may still be moments when emotions rise unexpectedly, when a memory or a thought brings a brief sense of sadness or reflection. These moments are not signs that you have not healed, but reminders that your heart is still capable of feeling deep, and in that there is something beautiful, something that reflects the fullness of your humanity. Your story is not defined by what someone else failed to do, but by what you have chosen to become in response to it. You have chosen peace over conflict, growth over stagnation, and faith over fear. These choices have shaped you into someone who carries a quiet strength that does not need to prove itself because it simply exists. Even now, there is a gentle sense of reassurance surrounding you. A reminder that you are not alone in any part of this journey. God's presence is constant, steady, and deeply aware of everything you have experienced. He walks with you in silence and in stillness, offering comfort that does not overwhelm but quietly sustains. There is a future ahead of you that holds moments of connection, joy, and peace that feel natural and unforced. These moments will not carry the weight of the past because they will be built on the foundation of healing you have allowed to grow. You are not stepping into something uncertain but into something prepared with care. And as you continue to walk this path, remember that everything you have gone through has shaped you in ways that are meaningful and lasting. Nothing has been wasted. Nothing has been without purpose, and every part of your journey has contributed to the strength you now carry. There was a time when the thought of your sibling may have stirred confusion, sadness, or even a silent longing for things to return to how they once were. That longing came from a place of love, a place that believed in the beauty of connection and the comfort of shared understanding. But now something has changed gently and deeply, because your heart no longer depends on what was lost in order to feel whole again. This change is not a sign that you have stopped caring, but a reflection of the healing that has taken root within you. You have reached a place where you can wish them well without reopening the door that once led to pain. And that is a form of wisdom that only comes through growth. It allows you to remain kind without losing yourself, and to remain open without becoming vulnerable in the same way again. Somewhere in their own quiet moments, your sibling continues to feel the weight of what cannot be undone, and the realization that their actions created a distance that time alone cannot repair. They may remember the warmth that once existed between you, the laughter that came easily, and the trust that was once unspoken, yet deeply felt. These memories do not bring them comfort in the same way they once did, because now they are seen through the lens of regret rather than innocence. God sees this unfolding with a compassion that holds both truth and grace, allowing each heart to walk its own path toward understanding. He does not rush the process for either of you, because he knows that true growth cannot be forced, and that healing must come in its own time. His presence remains constant, gently guiding both of you in different directions, each according to what your hearts need most. Type 666 if you trust Jesus. What if abundance could be activated from within your own mind through a powerful sound frequency once kept in classified files? Specialists say this signal naturally draws opportunity and financial independence, and many people are already applying it. Click the link in the description and comments now and switch on this hidden brainwave today. There is something powerful about the way your perspective has shifted, because you are no longer looking at this situation through the lens of loss but through the lens of transformation. What once felt like something taken from you is now becoming something that has added depth and strength to your life in ways you may not have expected. This does not erase the pain, but it gives it a purpose, allowing it to become part of your growth rather than something that holds you back. You are learning that not every connection is meant to be restored, and that sometimes the most loving choice is to allow space where closeness once existed. This space is not empty, it is filled with peace, with understanding, and with a quiet acceptance that allows you to move forward without resistance. It is a space where your heart can breathe freely without carrying the weight of what once was. Take a gentle moment to like this video, allowing this comforting story to reach someone else who may be quietly searching for the same sense of peace and understanding. There is also a growing awareness within you that your journey is leading you towards something new, something that aligns with the person you have become rather than the person you once were. The experiences ahead of you will reflect the healing you have embraced, creating connections that feel safe, genuine, and grounded in mutual respect. These are the kinds of connections that do not require you to question your worth or silence your feelings in order to maintain them. Your sibling's regret may continue to exist, but it no longer holds a place in your daily life because you have learned to release what does not belong to you. This release is not rejection. It is freedom, a way of honoring your own peace without carrying someone else's unfinished journey. It allows you to stand in your own light, unburdened by what you cannot change. Type 2020 to claim miracles. There is a quiet beauty in the way your heart continues to choose love, not in a way that invites harm, but in a way that reflects the divine presence within you. This love is not fragile. It is strong and steady, capable of existing without conditions or expectations. It flows naturally from a place that is connected to God, a place that remains untouched by the actions of others. You may notice that your thoughts are becoming softer, less focused on what happened, and more centered on where you are going. This shift is a sign that your healing is deepening, allowing you to live in the present without being tied to the past. It is a gentle release, one that happens gradually, but brings a lasting sense of peace. God has been preparing your heart for this new chapter, one where your experiences no longer feel like wounds, but like lessons that have shaped you into someone stronger and more compassionate. He is not leading you back into the same patterns, but forward into something that reflects the growth you have embraced. This path may look different from what you once imagined, but it carries a peace that feels more real and more lasting. There is no need to rush or force anything, because what is meant for you will come naturally without confusion or strain. You will recognize it not by intensity, but by the calm assurance that it brings, a feeling that settles gently within you rather than overwhelming you. This is how you will know that you are moving in alignment with the life that God is preparing for you. Even now, there is a sense of quiet reassurance surrounding you, a reminder that everything you have experienced has been seen and understood. Nothing has been ignored, nothing has been forgotten, and nothing has been without purpose. Every moment has contributed to the person you are becoming, shaping you in ways that are meaningful and lasting. As you continue forward, allow yourself to fully embrace the peace that is growing within you. Allow yourself to trust that you are exactly where you need to be, even if the path ahead is not fully clear. There is a gentle guidance leading you, one that does not push or rush, but patiently walks with you every step of the way. Your story is not defined by regret, either yours or someone else's, because it is rooted in something far deeper than that. It is rooted in love, in growth, and in a faith that continues to carry you forward, even when the way is not fully visible. This faith is your anchor, your strength, and your quiet assurance that everything is unfolding exactly as it should. There is a gentle strength in being able to hold memories without letting them control your present, and this strength is something you have grown into over time. It allows you to acknowledge what happened without denying your feelings, while also refusing to let those moments define the person you are becoming. This balance is not always easy to reach, but once it is found, it brings a deep sense of freedom that cannot be easily shaken. Somewhere beyond your awareness, your sibling continues to face the reality of their choices, not in a way that is loud or visible, but in quiet moments where reflection becomes unavoidable. They may think about reaching out, about finding a way to express the regret that has grown inside them, but hesitation holds them back, not out of pride, but out of understanding that certain distances cannot be undone with words alone. This realization is heavy, and it stays with them, teaching them lessons they may wish they had learned sooner. What if wealth was never about chance, but about a hidden brain signal that stayed buried in classified records? This powerful frequency is now opening doors, attracting fresh opportunities, and transforming lives quickly. Thousands are already using it to bring prosperity into their lives in ways they never imagined possible. Click the link in the description and comments now and turn on the money-attracting brainwave today. God sees their heart just as He sees yours, and He allows both of you to walk paths that lead toward growth in different ways. His presence is not limited to one side of the story because His love reaches into every place where healing is needed. Yet His guidance for you remains focused on your peace, your restoration, and the life that is opening ahead of you, free from the weight of what once held you back. Type yes to affirm. There is something deeply comforting about knowing that you are no longer waiting for anything to change in order to feel complete. Your sense of peace is not dependent on someone else's apology or recognition, because it has been formed within you through your own journey of healing. This kind of peace is stable, it does not shift with circumstances, and it allows you to remain steady even when life feels uncertain. As you continue to grow, there is a natural closing of certain chapters that once felt open, and this closing does not come with resistance anymore. It comes with a quiet understanding that everything has served its purpose. even the parts that were painful or difficult to accept. This understanding allows you to let go without feeling like something has been taken from you, because you recognize that what remains within you is far more valuable than what was lost. Take a gentle moment to like this video, allowing this peaceful reflection to reach someone else who may be quietly walking through a similar journey and longing for the same kind of healing. There is also a new kind of awareness forming within you, one that allows you to recognize what is healthy and what is not without needing to overthink or question your instincts. This awareness is part of the wisdom you have gained, a quiet guidance that helps you move through life with confidence and calm. It protects your heart in a natural way, not through fear, but through understanding that has been shaped by experience. Your siblings' regret may remain a part of their journey, but it no longer has a place in yours because you have learned to separate your path from theirs. This separation is not harsh, it is gentle and respectful, allowing both of you to continue growing without being tied to the same place. It is a form of emotional freedom that allows you to fully step into the life that is waiting for you. Type 1111 if you trust in God. There is a quiet unfolding happening in your life now, something that may not yet be fully visible but is already taking shape beneath the surface. God is preparing moments for you that reflect the peace you have embraced, bringing connections and experiences that feel aligned with the person you have become. These moments will not carry confusion or heaviness because they are rooted in clarity and truth. You may begin to feel a sense of lightness that was not there before, a feeling that your heart is no longer carrying the same weight it once did. This lightness is a sign that you have released what needed to be released, allowing space for something new to enter your life. It is not something that happens all at once, but something that grows gradually, becoming more noticeable with time.